Good morning, students. Today our topic is Python pandas, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about some functions related to data frame. So these functions are rename, reindex, and reindex like. All of them are look like a same, but there is a little bit difference among these three. So let us take them one by one. First of all, rename. This is a method that simply renames the index and or columns labels in a data frame. So if you want to rename any index or column labels in a data frame, then you can use rename method. Okay, rename method. Second is reindex, a method that can specify a new order of existing index and column labels and or also create new index and columns labels. So in this there is another feature, it also create new index or columns labels. Next is reindex like, a method for creating index columns labels based on other data frame objects. So there is already data frame there and you want to uh, rename or reindex using that data frame, then it is possible by using reindex like function. So there are three different methods: rename, reindex, and reindex like. Rename function or rename method that simply renames the index value. Reindex basically used to create new index columns labels, and reindex like is method used for creating index column label based on other data frame object. These are the three important methods used in a data frame. So first one is rename method, and you can easily see here that is a data frame, value of the data frame qtr1 and qtr1 1, qtr2 2. Okay, so now you can easily see that first of all we have to write name of the data frame and then just write put operator here, put dot operator here, and after that rename. And there are three important parameters: mapper, access, and in place. Mapper, access, and in place. Mapper, access, and in place. By default access is none, mapper none, and in place is found to be false. And you can see here these are the parameters: mapper, index, and columns. Basically mapper, index, and columns means dictionary like, such as any dictionary it can exist. And access, it may be 0 or 1. By default it is 0, means row wise. And in place, it is a boolean value which is by default false, which returns a new data frame with renamed index and labels. If true, then changes are made in the current data frame and new data frame is not returned. That is most important. Okay, if by default value is false, but if found to be true, and if we give the value of in place is true, then changes are made in the current data frame and new data frame is not returned. So we make by default value it as a false, and if you want to change in a current data frame, then you can put in place is equal to false here. Now there is a data frame, original data frame you can see here, and name of the data frame is ndf, and we can see easily here that there are 4 columns: 2016, 17, 18, and 19. These are the name of, these are the different columns here. These are the columns here: 2016, 17, 18, and 19, and these are the rows: qtr1, qtr2, qtr3, and qtr4. These are the 4 rows in it, and name of the data frame is ndf. And there is a certain data like 34,500, 56,000, 47,000, 49,000. And here you can easily see that there are some data which is represented by NaN. And what is the meaning of NaN? As I told in last lecture, not a number. What is the meaning of NaN? Not a number. Okay, it means there is no number at that position or location. Now you can easily see that we just write name of the data frame first, that is NDF, and then just write rename, and then a parameter name index, and give the value of the parameter Q2R1 1, Q2R2 2, Q2R3 3, Q2R4 4. Actually this is a dictionary here, you can easily see that. So first value is a key and second is a value. So for key Q2R1 value is 1, for key Q2R2 value is 2, and for Q2R3 value is 3, and for Q2R4 value is 4. So this is our original data frame, you can easily see that. So these are the keys here, Q2R1, Q2R2, Q2R3 and Q2R4. And we have to make the changes or rename the different index value by 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now you can easily see that after the execution of that statement, these values are changed here. You can easily see that 1, 2, 3 and 4 are here in place of Q2R1, Q2R2, Q2R3 and Q2R4. So this basically done by rename function, because of the rename function, and you just pass a single parameter in it, and that is called the index. And what are the different parameters of rename function? You can easily see here, these are the different parameters, mapper or access and in place. Okay, so these are the different parameters here. Now and this is the ever statement returned a changed data frame, but original data frame is unaffected because in place is false by default. So if we want to print the NDF again, then original, we can see that original data frame have no change at all, and because it is because here in places by default is false. But if we make in place is true, then in that case these values are changed or replaced by 1, 2, 3, 4 etc. So when we just use index Q2R1 1, Q2R2, Q2R3 and Q2R4, these are the keys and these are the values, then row index renamed and by 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next is NDF rename index Q2R1, Q2R2, Q2R3, Q2R4. Just write in place as a parameter. You can easily see that in place is equal to true. So what happens when after the execution of this statement? You can easily see that when we just want to print NDF, NDF is the name of the data frame. You can easily see that this is the data frame here. Then these changes will be shown on a screen, that index value must be changed. After that you can easily see that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 is also there. So that is the role of in place. So when you just write in place and is equal to true, that means whatever is the change that are applied to the database here. You can easily see that 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you may also write the above command as NDF rename Q2R1, Q2R2, Q2R3, Q2R4 access is equal to 0. Okay, so you can define access also, and by default access is 0, and if you want to change the access, then we can write access is equal to 1. So if you want to change the name of the column, then you must define access is equal to 1, because here we just want to change the name of the rows. So just we write here, by default it is 0, so don't need to mention it, but if you just write it, then both of them have same effect on a program. So next you can easily see that df dot rename, and if you want to change the column names, then you can put the columns as a parameter here. Okay, and there are two different syntax of this, using column as a parameter value or using axis, mentioning axis is equal to 1. So there are two different possibilities, and you can opt any one method for this purpose. You either use mapper dictionary with access argument or use dictionary with index or column positional argument. So there are two different methods for it. Either use access argument or you can use column position argument. Now you can easily see here that NDF is the name of the data frame, rename is the method name, 2016 it is a key, it is a value, which is 2016 is a key and 16 is a value here, 2017 is a key and 17 is a value here, and this is all about dictionary. And here just we mention axis is equal to 1. So it means rename on the rename function applied on columns here. So different columns that are 2016, 17, 18 and 19 are now just converted to 16, 17 and 18, 19. You can easily see here 16, 17, 18 and 19, and rest data is same, row and name is same, and data will and same data is there. Only the change in terms of, you can see the change in terms of column name here. You can easily see that these are the columns names, 18, 16, 17, 18 and 19. Next is NDF rename columns. So you can also change name of the columns using column as a parameter value. So just write columns and then just put equal, and then in a dictionary just give the combination of old and new value. So 2016 is the old value, 16 is the new value. It means it is a combination of old and new in terms of key and value of a dictionary. We always know that within the bracket first value is represented by a key and second is a data value. So second value is the data value, that is 16, 17, 18 and 19. You can easily see that these are the data values, and 2016, 17, 18 and 19 are the key of the dictionary, which are the basically the column name of original data frame. Now you can easily see that. So just write column 2016 colon 16, 2017 colon 17, 2018 colon 18, 2019 colon 19, and after that execution you can easily see that 16, 17, 18 and 19 columns now names are there in place of 2016, 2017, 2018 and 2019. So there are two different methods, using column as a parameter or using axis is equal to 1. So when you apply x is equal to 1, it means that all of the changes are made on different columns. Okay, so there are the two different methods to make these changes. Now this is second function, de-index method. So syntax is very much similar to that of the previous one. First of all, just write data frame, name of the data frame, after that re-index, and then index, and then column, and then method, and then fill value. These are the four different parameters in it. And there is another syntax in which labels, access methods and fill value can be written as. So you can put here in place of index and columns, just write labels and access. So what is the meaning of labels? So let us take them one by one. First of all, labels, it is an array like and it is optional. So new labels index to confirm to the access specified the access to, and second is index column, it is array like optional, and new labels index to confirm to should be specified using keywords, preferably an index object to avoid duplicate data. Third is access int or 1 or str index a column, it is optional. Access to target, default is 0 or index. Last is fill value, the value to be filled in the newly added rows and columns. Let us see it by using an example here. You can easily see that reordering the existing index by reindex function. So there is the data frame name ndf, and you just write ndf reindex, and q2r, q2r4, q2r1, q2r3, q2r2, or you can just write indf dot reindex qtr4, qtr1, qtr3, qtr2, x is 0. Both have same impact because by default x is 0. It means all the changes are made on different rows. X is 0 means row wise, x is 1 means column wise. So you can easily see that now the changes are here: q2r4, q2r1, q2r3 and q2r2. These are the new row name here. You can easily see that. An alternate command for the above result will be ndf reindex index, and you can write it also in another method, another manner, just like ndf dot reindex, and then just put a parameter index, and after that give the order of the index value q2r4, q2r1, q2r3, q2r4. So you have two options for this purpose. Just write order of the index value, or use index as a parameter value to give the order of the different rows. Next is like rename. In reindex to you use either use mapper sequence with access argument, or use it with index or column positional argument. So you can use index, or you can also use column positional arguments. So if you want to change the if you want to make the changes in column wise, then you can use column in place of index here. Okay, and if you want to make the changes in column wise, then you can also put x is equal to 1 here. So column wise you can put 1 here, and here you can put column. Now reordering as well as adding deleting indexes labels. Okay, reordering as well adding deleting index labels. So if you want to add or delete different index or label, it is also possible. Existing row index or columns labels are recorded as per the given order, and non-existing row indexes columns labels create new rows columns, and by default any and values are filled in them. Okay, so now you can easily see that if you want to add a label, just write that 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15 and 14. 15 and 14 are new, and just implement it as column wise. So we just write access is equal to 1 here. So 2014, 15 are there, and the data regarding to these are represented by NaN. NaN means not a number, so no value is found for that, so that's why NaN will be there. So if you want to add row and columns using reindex, it is also possible. Just give the name, and the value regarding for that are represented by NaN, means not a number. Very easy to implement. See the columns label are as per mentioned order, existing as well as non-existing. For non-existing labels, new columns with NaN values have been created. Okay. Same concept apply for index value also. So you can just write qtr4, qtr1 and q2 nil. It is a new column, a new row name or new index name. So data regarding to this is found to be NEN. It's not a number because this is a new uh, row name or access name here. So you can see that only 3 row index are there as mentioned in the given mapper sequence. Existing ones remain and new ones added, but it an existing index level is not mentioned in the mapper list. It will not be a part of the new data frame. Okay. Existing ones remains and new ones added, but if an existing index level is not mentioned in the mapper list, it will not be part of the data frame. So actual database contain four different index, but in this we can just give two of them, qtr4 and qtr1. qtr2 and qtr3 are not there, and an extra um, index value is there, that is called the qtnil. So for the qtnil there are found to be 4 different values, and that are represented by NaN, not a number. Next is specifying all value for a new row columns. So if you want to give the new values, for that purpose there is a parameter named fill values. So just pass fill values, and here you can easily see that new column name is new index name is q to nil, and we want to fill these values by 1000. By default it is NaN, not a number, but if you want to fill up them by a particular number, then it is also possible, and that for this purpose just write a parameter value fill value. So just write fill value is equal to 1000. You can easily see there 1000, 1000, 1000, 1000 4 times repeated here. You can easily see that. Okay, and this concept is applied for columns also. You can put that fill values with columns. You can now you can now easily see that column as a parameter used here, and 4 different values are there: 2019, 17 and 15. So 15 is a new column name here, and by default its values are represented by NaN, but here we just give a 5000. So 5000 basically replace NaN. Here you can easily see that 4 different values are there. Okay, next next is reindex like method. Reindex like method. So two of them are already discussed: reindex method and rename method. Third is reindex like method. So the reindex like method function work on a data frame and reindexes its data as per the argument data frame passed to it. The function does the following things: if the current data frame has some matching row index columns labels as to the past data frame, then retain the index label and its data. Second, if the current data frame has some row index column label in it which are not in the past data frame, drop them. And if the current data frame does not have some row index column label which are in the past data frame, then add them to current data frame with value as NaN. And the reindex like ensure that the current data frame object conforms to the same index labels on all axes. And the syntax is data frame dot reindex dash like, and give the name of the other data frame, where other is the basically a name of the data frame as per which current data frame is reindexed. So let us take an example of it. You can easily see that there is a data frame ndf2 in which we can easily see that there are 5 columns in it: 2019, 2017, 15, 13 and 11, and 4 rows there are there: qtr1, qtr3, qtr4 and qtrn. And there is a data certain data in it in which some of them are represented by NaN, which is not a number. Okay, so this is an example of a data frame here, simple example of a data frame here. Now if we just want to print that data frame, 2019, 17, 15, 13 and 11. 5 columns are there. And there is another data frame name SAL underscore DF. First data frame name is NDF2 and second data frame name is SALDF. SLDF, in which there are 4 different columns 2016, 17, 18 and 19, and 4 different rows QTR1, QTR2, QTR3 and QTR4, and some of the values are NAN. And when we compare these two data frames, then we can easily find out that name of the columns which are common to these two 16, 17, 18, 19. So 17 is common, both of them, and 19 is also there. You can easily see that 16, 19. 2017 and 18 not a part of the NDF data frame. You can easily see here. Okay, 2017 is also a part of it. 2019, 2017, 2017 and 19 are a part. 2008, 2016 and 18 are not the part of NDF. Is it so? Let us check it. Okay, 2016 and 19, 2016 and 18, 2016 and 18 are not there. So few columns are there common in both of the data frame, and few of them are unique. QTR1, QTR2, QTR3 and QTR4 are the index values for the NDSL underscore DF, and QTR2 is not there. You can easily see that there is an extra column extra index name QTN is there. So we can say that in both these data frames some columns or some index values are common, and some of them are unique for them. Now if you want to reindex NDF2 as per SALDF, SAL underscore DF, then just you have to just write NDF dot reindex like SAL underscore DF. So you want to convert SALDF to NDF2. So we have to check the name column name of the NDF2. This is the NDF2, and NDF2 contain 5 column name. Okay. So what happens after that? You can easily see that NDF2 dot index like SALDF. SALDF there are only 4 columns. So you want to change the NDF2 like SALDF. So all the columns name for SALDF are there. Means 2016, 17, 18 and 19. You can easily see here 2016, 17, 18 and 19, and all the rows regarding to 2016 are also there. QTR1, QTR2, QTR3 and QTR4. You can easily see here 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now what is the values regarding for that? Obviously some of them are not found, and the value which is not found is represented by NAN here. You can easily see that NAN. Okay, so when we want to convert NDF2 data frame to SALDF, so all the column name and index name of SALDF are there, and regarding to that data NDF2 will be filled in this data frame. Some of them are found, some of them are not found. The values those are not found here for that are represented by NAN. So that is the concept of ND reindex like function. So see, NDF2 has one same index and the labels on the both axes as per the same name as past data frame SAL underscore DF. So you can easily see that now. I think the concept is clear to all of you. So let us take a quick revision of it. First of all, there are 3 functions, different functions in it, rename function, index function and reindex like function. And difference between these two are rename and reindex is basically rename function is a method that simply rename the index at column levels in a data frame, where reindex method that can specify the row order of existing index and column labels and also create new index or column names. So basically the difference between these two is we can create new index or columns label using reindex, but this is not possible by using rename function. And as far as reindex like is concerned, so basically a method for creating index columns label based on other data frame objects. So you can create column or name or index by using other data frame objects. So this is a very important question, and most of the time it is asked in examination what is the difference between reindex and index like function. So you should mention the definition and the syntax and at least one example. That is, I think, more than sufficient because it is asked in 2 or 3 marks. So thanks for watching this video.